Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandra's Cave. Today we are gonna be talking about Figarland Garling and what this means regarding world government, EMU, and this whole situation that we have seen in 1125. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking about the spoilers, manga spoilers from 1125. If you are not up to date with the manga, please feel free to jump into this little section here that I'm gonna put there, so you can actually find another video in the channel and enjoy another drawing, okay? Because I'm gonna be talking a lot of spoilers now. So, first of all, this episode was crazy. Figarland Garling now has more power, something that it was unexpected. In some sense, I wasn't thinking that Garling would join the Gorusei, but I was thinking actually, and I mentioned it many times here in the channel, that we would have executions, okay? Gorusei executions, okay. So, first of all, we were right. Saturn was the Eket incident, and as I said before, it doesn't need to be specifically because Blackbeard hand, because Kurohige's hand, by something happened to Saturn involving Devon, that she touched him, and that means that she will be able to replicate him, as I explained in my Katerina Devon video theory that I will put here as well, and down in the show more section. You can see that I don't think Devon's fruit is a mere copy of Bone Clay fruit. I think her power go beyond the ability of copying, probably copying as well memories and knowledge. So I think this will be very important for whatever is gonna happen with the Blackbeard Pirates going forward. Okay, but this implies that while Gorusei members, the admirals that there were on the boat in 1125, and EMU, Garling, and the top tier of the world government, if you are any other person in the whole One Piece universe and you encounter Devon transformed as Saturn, you will be fooled thinking that that man is the true and is not a copy from one of the bad guys. Okay, so this implies that Blackbeard is gonna be able to do certain moves until they are found that they are kind of copying and supplanting the identity of this powerful world government man, okay? So, second, as I said at the beginning, second important thing here is the egghead attack, or the egghead raid from the Gorusei was a failure. All these things that Saturn said in the episode are not nicely worded, let's say, and he failed tremendously. He failed tremendously there, and there is no place in the story for Saturn going forward. And as I said, there will be executions. I said when we saw all the circles appearing in Egghead, all these devilish circles, I thought they are not doing nice. They are gonna end up failing. EMU is gonna suck them back into Marijua and is gonna execute them. It's gonna suck the power and drain them. It didn't happen to all of them. I was maybe a little bit more cruel than EMU in this aspect, and I thought EMU would sacrifice basically all of them, maybe leaving alive the cooler design, in this case the Gorusei Venus Juro, the Samurai Gandhi design guy. But to be honest, Saturn was actually guilty of all the things that they didn't work there. Saturn decided to go to Egghead to control the situation. He couldn't do it. The message went out. It's catastrophic for the world government. It's catastrophic for Imu, and the Gorusei is very helpful to everyone in the world, but not for the ones that are in power, actually. So I was hoping for more executions, but we have this turn of events with Garling and everything, and it is very interesting. So Garling is now the new and flashy warrior god of science and defense. He's replacing Saturn. And what does he know about science? We don't know exactly, okay? But I think it's just a mere title that they hold, that they have. It doesn't need to be specific. We know that Saturn had his things with science, and he was experimenting and doing viruses and playing with the fruits and everything, and he had centuries and centuries to do this, and it is very interesting. But I don't think that Garling is precisely a man of science. He looks more like a brutal man, a warrior, in fact, a warrior. And yeah, so what is this implying in the story? What do we know? What can we kind of say that it's interesting about this? Okay, so as we mentioned before, the Gorusei indeed comes from the past, like Imu. They come from very, centuries and centuries ago, probably from the Void Century, and we know that the Gorusei are bound to Imu. It's like the deal with the devil that we talk about in many times, that I said in the previous videos, in the Prince Guru's video, in the Nefertari Bibi video, in the Imu video. I said, oh, there are two options here. One option is that Imu is creating these Gorusei, these monsters, creating them from her, okay, like puppets, like Prince Gurus. Or the other option is that at some point there is a man, a Gorusei, let's say, there is this guy who makes a pact with the devil. Like in many movies, many stories, we have this situation. And because of this, they gain special powers, okay? And it happens to be that the second option that we discussed is the option that is actually true, and we are seeing now with the whole concept of monsters. If you remember when the monsters transformations for the Gorusei appeared in Egghead, we didn't get a box about the Kumanomi, we didn't get a description, we didn't get anything specific about that, so that it gave out a lot of information, meaning those are not their real powers, okay? They may be very strong warriors, or they may have had at some point any other fruit, but this Oni, let's say Oni transformation, a monster transformation, is connected to Imu. It comes from Imu, and as we see with Saturn, if you don't have Imu's favor anymore, that goes away, and it is taken from you, okay? So the Gorusei, they seem, in my opinion, to retain the looks that they have at the time of making the pact with the devil, okay? So we see all of the Gorusei, original Gorusei, are old men, but there is one that is younger, and this guy, probably what we've seen with Saturn already happened 800 years ago. Someone else, and we will see this, someone else failed Imu, was executed like Saturn, and it was replaced by the younger blondie guy, okay? And this is something that I think it seems quite obvious as well. I talk about it in another video. He seems to be the whole time the one asking more questions and not knowing as many things as the other ones know. Okay, so for me it makes sense that this guy is actually the kind of the latest Gorusei in joining up to 1124. Okay, so I'm trying to see how are we doing with the legs and everything. This is supposed to be a very, very tall man. I'm trying to do, because it looks a little bit, it's a weird design, to be honest. I thought it would be more easy to draw with the body and everything. He has a build like One Piece build, like Garp build. Okay, let's see. This guy with sunglasses here. I think I need to start. I'm actually drawing very small as well, because it's a very large character, very tall character. And I'm trying to, all of this is gonna be modified. It's gonna be changed as we go, because yeah, let's see if I can focus 1 second here in the drawing. Just try to find some aspects of the character so he's recognizable. I love the design. One Piece characters are incredible for me. The creativity that Oda has when creating all these crazy, weird looking characters, it's beyond me. I love it, and it inspires me a lot. Plenty of my drawings that I normally do, that they are not One Piece drawings, I find myself very influenced by the Oda design, by the manga design and everything. And I had a lot of people without knowing me prior saying, oh, this drawing, it reminds me to this series. I don't know if you know this series, One Piece, or this character reminds me to this character in One Piece, without knowing that I'm a One Piece fan, or I'm as well having the YouTube channel talking about this. And it is very nice. It is very nice. And obviously all of us, we have our references, and yeah, I've been reading and watching and rereading and rewatching One Piece for many years, and obviously it affects in your interest and the type of drawing that you do. Obviously it will create a mark on you. It is so powerful, the type of designs. And as well, when I create stories and characters, I will find myself creating very silly things or very different things, and yeah, there's a lot of inspiration from One Piece. I think the face, we kind of have it like this. It's very nice. I wanna do, I may have to do a little bit taller the body. Maybe I end up eating a little bit of a space, because yeah, this is the hand. There's one hand here, so it fits nicely. This is this kind of belly, Garp belly that he has too. This guy is Garp's generation. I don't think this guy comes from 800 years ago. I think it fits very nice in the story if he ends up being for real Sang's father and everything, and they create a little bit of lore with the Figarland family. I will talk about it in a second while we have a little bit more of design done. But yeah, I have a lot of things I want to say about him, but I just need to basically figure out a little bit of things around here. I just want to double check to see if we are much outside of... No, actually we are not much out, so I think I want to stretch the legs. I'm gonna be cutting the legs, I'm sorry about it, but I said this is a very large character. I don't think I'm gonna be able to compress him to fit in the thing, but I could actually recalculate a little bit. Just give me 1 second, I'll recalculate a little bit. Yeah, I think something like this. I think we are much better now in line there, and we see everything a little bit nicer, okay? So, yeah, let's do the floor a little bit. Let's kind of situate the missing pieces that we have. It's a very nice sword, looking like Griffon, that it's Sang's sword, and I can't wait to see the Figarland lore with the Sangs and the God's Knights and everything what's gonna happen there. But this is very very interesting for me as a character designer as well, and as a world builder. Okay, so yeah, let's do this cape. This is signature of Oda. All of the characters have epic capes. I love it. Okay, well, something like this it would be. Okay, something like this. Okay, so as I mentioned on the Prince Gru's video that I'm gonna put here as well on the right hand side, and you can click and watch it. In that video I explained that the Gorusei are basically puppets, and there is a mix between Doflamingo's fruit, Prince Gru's fruit, and basically people that, because doing this pact, they are controlled by a superior being, okay? So this means now that Garling should get a transformation, a Jokai or a Oni transformation. Yes, I think now we will see a new transformation, or we could even see how Imu gives the power, because it's time as well to reveal Imu and how her powers work. I normally mention her, I refer to her, to Imu, as a her, because for me, I don't know, the design of the silhouette, it's a girl. The voice is being revealed now as well in the anime, and it's a very ambiguous voice. I think anime, Toei and Oda don't want to reveal not anything about Imu, to be honest, until the very end of the story. So I don't think we're gonna be able to kind of decide. Maybe Oda could play this card and go for the ambiguous character, that it can be nor a he or a she, it can be both, or even nothing like that, like an angel, something like this. It can be very interesting, but I normally, by default, without even realizing, I refer to Imu as a her, because I have my theory that Imu is gonna look exactly like Bibi. That is basically, it's gonna be Lily, but no Lily original. Is gonna be Imu swapped his body. I think Imu is gonna be a man who swapped his body with Imu, with Lily, and now his mind is inside her body, like what happened in the Punk Hazard saga that I explained in my videos before. I will put plenty of videos as well about this in the show more sections down here, so you can see the picture of the whole story. Okay, so should Garling take now the stage more, be kind of the head of the Gorusei? This means yes. I think he has a radical view in everything. This is the man with no problem of executing any kind of order. Okay, so, and just to kind of have a reminder, who is this man? Okay, so this is a man, Garling is a man able to apply sentence to a Tenryubito and kill it and execute it. We see this with Miosgard. Okay, so he is above all. We never expected to have such a Tenryubito being able to kill Tenryubitos. Okay, and so this man is someone able to be considered as a suitable replacement for a Gorusei. So that means that he already has the power, as we see that he has a power already within the world government, and he's top tier, he's top class there, and maybe there is a pool of excellent Tenryubitos, let's say like this, excellent Tenryubitos, like the best Tenryubitos, like this guy, to potentially be replacements of the originals. If something happens, they have maybe specific roles, like he was the leader of the God's Knights, but yeah. So up until 1124, we know that he's the head of the God's Knights. These God Knights seems obviously to me that they need to know about Imu, their existence, and probably together with the 5 Gorusei are the only ones in the whole One Piece world that they know about the existence of Imu. Okay, I'm gonna swap into 0.2 and start gonna do some line work, because I wanna say so many things about Garling that, to be honest, I am distracting myself a lot today and not drawing much. Let's do. There's plenty of lines. I love more the designs from the manga, the original artwork from Oda and from the assistants, obviously, because the characters most of the time is Oda, but he has as well the assistants that are doing a lot of characters, and they are doing as well a lot of all the backgrounds and everything. Most of the characters are Oda drawing them, but yeah, I love it much more than the Toei draw. It's good, the Toei designs are good, but the characters are more flattened and they lose a little bit of the appeal. The character design and the appeal is a little bit lost in them. So I always try to prioritize my interest in the manga designs. Always my favorite designs are from the manga. You feel free as well to tell me in the comments what do you think and what is your favorite design, or if you like more some characters when they are in the anime shown, for example in the Toei anime. Or very curious as well to see. I already had a look to the new One Piece anime. The One Piece is called. Some guys from Attack of Titan are doing it. I've seen the artwork and everything. I've seen an interview and it looks very promising. I can't wait to see it. Oda gave them freedom to interpret a lot of the story, a lot of the characters, so I think we will see a lot of things very similar, and some other things that they will try to put their own kind of touch in it, and I love it. It is very interesting for me as a character designer, as I said. So I'm always, regarding Gorusei and all these things, I'm always thinking about this move from the Gorusei that was ridiculous, okay, and how we could see in Egghead, okay, the attack in Egghead, and how we could see Imu return with 100 or 1000 Gorusei looking guys, all of them transform like different beasts and attacking, because if you think about it, everyone was fighting the Gorusei. We could see Dori and Brogy, and we could see Oimo and Kashi and everything. That, okay, Dori and Brogy are legends and everything, but Oimo and Kashi, they are not that strong. They were holding one of the Gorusei, they were throwing them away, and you know, I don't see a display of power that is terrific and scary for me from the Gorusei, to be honest, and I am not scared about it. So I think you need someone like this guy coming in to lead them, or to put a little bit of order, or to be the executioner hand that we've seen that he is, and to be the danger, because right now he's like, well, okay, whatever, and I've seen this a lot with people in general, okay, that they are thinking, oh, it wasn't that crazy, the Gorusei, it wasn't that crazy, the Egghead saga, I didn't like it much, nothing happened major level, and I understand what they say, and because it even make me feel a little bit like that, like, okay, so this is the top of the world, this is the thingy, and what kind of situation is going to happen here? What are we going to have with these guys? Are we going to see more, or Oda is gonna lighten up everything very light, I don't know. So that's why I say that if Gorusei is coming back, they need to have an army of Gorusei guys looking, all of them like monsters, so everyone can be busy, and everyone can be fighting, actually, to be honest. They have a lot of power, yes, with this kind of, they can regenerate and everything, they are unkillable, but Luffy was playing with them, basically. Luffy was playing with them, everyone was attacking them. Sanji got some kicks in, Frankie got some lasers in and everything. They didn't do much, but all of them were able to kind of attack and fight and be there. And even if they didn't do anything and they have the skills of regeneration, I think they need, the Gorosei need a radical punch in power to be able to be more scary, in my opinion, okay? So Garling moving up means he releases the leader spot within the God Knights. Is the Shanks twin evil thing theory true? I don't know, but it's taking strength now, okay? So if this guy is out, probably this other one, the brother, the one who talked actually with the Gorosei, takes the lead, and then in storytelling, for storytelling's sake, you have a little bit of juice in that story, okay? It can be interesting for me as a long-time reader to see something like that, okay? As well, feel free to tell me in the comments, this is very, very important. What do you think about this Shanks twin brother theory? What do you think about this concept? It wouldn't be a surprise, it could totally be an okay thing to release from Oda, and it's not out of place. It could perfectly be that there were 2 kids there in God Valley, and only Shanks was taken by the Roger Pirates, and it's very nice. To be honest, it's very nice. All of this is very important because he's giving information about God Valley, about Figarland, about Garling, about how the God Knights work, and what happened with the Shanks story. Because the Shanks story, they are hyping him like Dragon for ages and ages, and we don't know actually what is going on with him. So, to be honest, what do we know? What do we know about Figarland? What do we know about Garling, for example? Okay, so Figarland is mentioned. The Figarland name is mentioned twice in the story. Okay, first we have in the red movie. I know about movies and not being canon and everything, but the whole Uta thing and Shanks and the concept, a lot of things from there are canon, and a lot of things of there we need to take it in consideration. It is said there in the movie, okay, that Shanks is a Figarland. Okay, it's Figarland, Shanks. The Gorosei mentions this. They are talking. The world government is talking about this. Oh, the man is the god. Okay. So all the God Valley flashback as well happens when releasing the movie too and everything. All of this was type of advertising and propaganda, a kind of a way of connecting things, okay? Because they introduce as well the Uta flashback with Luffy and everything, kind of making everything canon, messing up a little bit things. I want to do a video about Uta as well, talking about this, because it shocked me a little bit, it bothered me a little bit, and yeah, I understand not everything needs to be at my liking, but there are things and things, okay? So and then the Figarland Garling character is introduced too, and then boom, then we have the theory: Shanks' father, Shanks' uncle, Shanks' older brother, and the large, etc. So this man, I think, could perfectly fit in the Shanks' father description, in the Shanks' father role, because the age and everything. He looks like a man that probably could be a little bit older than Garp, more or less. As I said before, it doesn't seem to me that it comes from another generation, from another time, and because it's a new fit in, and we see him as a young man in the God Valley flashback. Okay, so what do we know about Garling? Garling was considered the champion of God Valley. He won the contest, meaning he was the one who killed more rabbits, that's the people there, in the hunting competition. Okay, so we see a young Garling and looks exactly like Shanks and everything. So I think there are a lot of tickets of this happening, that the mom saved one of the twins, for example, and the father kept the other one and made him like him, basically radical and basically super strong. And how did Shanks later get one of these swords? I don't know. How was Shanks? I don't know. Many things needs to be answered by Oda here and properly explained. It's very difficult, I have to say, a very difficult topic what he wants to do there. Very interesting, and I'm curious to see how he's gonna represent this, because not everything that we see is gonna be easy to kind of create without us saying, I don't know that, or it doesn't fit much. Okay, so I'm curious to see how Oda is gonna make that part. Let's do the scabbard that they will say in one, or the scabbard of the sword. Just a little bit invented because we don't know how it's gonna be exactly full on. Like this. Okay. Hand there. Sorry. So Shanks was a baby at the time of the flashback. It could make sense that we know the fight started, Figarland family was there, because in theory that island was supposed to be as well. It's mentioned a couple of times that the Figarland family, they were the rulers, they were the kings of that place, but that place wasn't affiliated with the gold government, so it actually doesn't fit. So I think Oda needs to kind of explain that a little bit further. We will see this 100% from a Garp flashback taken by the Memo fruit, that I think that's why we have in the story pudding again. That's the way that we will see the flashback, the end of the flashback, or what happens from the Garp's perspective in that flashback. Okay, but probably the mom wanted to save Shanks somehow and put it in the chest, and then it was revealed that there was two different twins and etc. When we are revealed to see this whole story about Shanks, obviously we will have another name for Shanks. Shanks' name, because it was a baby, he didn't come with a tag on the basket, on the chest, saying, "Oh, hello, I'm Shanks, take care of me." I think Roger and the crew gave him the name and everything, and now in time he discovered he was really, and etc. So when this man, because he needs to meet Shanks at some point, when this man meets Shanks, he's gonna call him by his real name, his actually birth name, and yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be interesting as well. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen there. Let's do the legs like I like here, thin. Okay, looking good. And then this cloak. And we will add some, Oda always makes these kind of lines to create a little bit of effect. Everywhere. I'm gonna start painting the whole suit in black. We will leave the cape white, like the other Gorusei, and I think that's gonna be kind of the design that we are gonna do about for him today. Okay. So think about for a second him being in God Valley. Look, Roger, Rox, Garp, all their crews like Kaido, Big Mom, Shiki, Whitebeard, all the rest of the people as well, and Garling. So do we still think that Whitebeard, Shirohige, says to Shanks, "Oh, when I look at your face, my scars are aching and everything"? Do we still think that he was referring there to Roger? No. I think Shirohige, Whitebeard, he had this kind of brotherhood. They were friends and everything. There was no resentment towards Roger and everything. They were pals, they were nakamas, to be honest. And he was referring to Garling. He was referring to Garling. I think Garling was going right and left there, cutting everyone, wounding everyone. Most of the characters, big guys, top tier guys that we know that they are epic for us, are full of scars, and I think most of them, probably the fault is because of this guy. This guy was basically the best of the best, and yeah, Shirohige, most probably, you know, Whitebeard, most probably must have known that Roger took a baby from God Valley, and at some point he explained everything, etc., etc., and it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so in the original manga introducing Arlington and everything, in the description box, as I said before, he says that he's former king of God Valley, but the God Valley, as I said before, wasn't world government. So there is some sort of mistranslation there, something that someone didn't translate properly from the Japanese original. Something is going on there that we don't know about it yet, because in theory, when the older kings they became Tenryubitos, that can be that he was the older king of that kingdom. They replaced with another king. Okay, they put another king there. But what we see in the story is that there is a king there, and they say, "Oh my God, they are gonna use my town, my island to be doing this contest. This is crazy." But they are not affiliated. They are not affiliated to the world government. So that means that at some point they dropped from the world government. They didn't pay the tribute that they have to pay, or just basically. There is a mistranslation there that it can be. I don't know. I don't think if it is actually. I wouldn't say it's relevant for the story. I don't mind if something like this happens or it doesn't happen. But it is true that we see these comments coming from the king and everything, and they maybe they need to explain at some point, or the lore needs to be a little bit more. Looked into that part, but I'm not sure about it. Okay, so something important I wanted to mention as well is related to translations as well. Okay, so the Gorusei represents the planets by name. We know this. Sometimes they refer to the elder planets, sometimes refer to the elder stars. Okay, the 5 elder stars or the 5 elder planets. There's been multiple translations about this, and apparently in the Japanese translation, that kanji, those words can be equivalent for both. Okay, can embrace both concepts. Okay, of planet and star. Okay, so the Gorusei, let's say, represents the planets. Imu, that means Umi, ocean, water, resonance, representing the blue planet Earth. Okay, and then Luffy is the sun. A lot of talk about Blackbeard being the moon, but Blackbeard is not the moon. I said it in many videos. You can check my Blackbeard videos I'm gonna put here, okay, about how he's unraveling his power and everything. I always said, Blackbeard Kurohige is Kurousu, his favorite attack. Black hole. He swallows everything. That's why he's the final enemy. That's why he's the most unpredictable, and that's why he's gonna be the strongest of them all, because he can absorb them all and take them all. Okay. Very interesting, very nice, and yeah, please check the video and you will understand how he's gonna be coming through to be at the end of the story. Okay. So there are plenty of references to the moon with the Suki concept in Wano, with the clans and everything, with Momo and everything. But then you come to this saga, Egghead saga, with the flashbacks and everything, and you see this guy with a moon shape head with the hair and everything. So obviously he's representing the moon. Okay. There is a picture of him drawing by Oda on a SBS, showing him with a longer hair, and this is closing like a circle, like actually a full moon. Okay, so I'm gonna be painting this brownish, reddish. I don't know what color it's gonna be when they do the anime and everything, but I just fancy doing it like reddish like this. I don't know why. I think originally, for me, he looks like a guy who would be wearing some sort of red tones because his aggressivity, but yeah, I don't know. For now we're gonna do it like this, and if at some point we need to, for whatever reason, change it or something, I can always draw him again and theorize more about him, and that's it. I'm just gonna be doing the cape, and in a moment we will jump into decorating the suit. Okay. Like this. Let's see if I can just like this. Okay. Okay. That for the very end, I will add some more notes here. Okay. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. I'm gonna change, instead of I've been doing the whole line with 0.2 fine liner, I'm gonna jump into 0.8 to be able to fill the gaps on the suit quicker, okay, and everything. So yeah, so I'm talking about him, the shape of the hair and everything, like a moon, like a star moon, okay. So if it is facing towards you, it's looking like a star, and that is a little bit funny, okay? So the Gorusei are called as well the 5 Elder Stars. The connotations with Garling's moments appearing in the story, plus the design, tells me that he's gonna be more powerful in strength and in cleverness, more clever than any of the Gorusei, even if they lived like 1,000 years or whatever Oda wants to say. But I think he will overshadow, look at this, the rest of them, like a moon eclipse. When you have an eclipse, can be solar eclipse, a normal eclipse that it's always covering the sun, Luffy, or it's covering the earth, and you have the different kind of eclipse in real life, okay? So the solar eclipse, moon eclipse, and everything. So basically, if you go into the investigation online and everything, you will see that if you're facing him, this is a star of 4 points. The typical star that you see in the Disney movies, in the nice movies and everything, that is a fairy, is something, it is kind of a being, okay? And funnily enough, the star of 4 points that represents the Bethlehem star in the Christian, the Orthodox Church and everything. Basically, this represents the miraculous event. Okay, it has a symbolic significance, and this is a sign sent by God, Imu, to guide the 3 magic kings, the Magi, that those represent the Gorusei, to find Christ, to find the child, the baby, with the family that was just born. Okay, so Oda, the whole story in One Piece, and now with the gods and everything, and the devil and everything, he's taking references from all the religions, from all the cultures and everything. And I think with Garling we are seeing this representation. So Oda has sent this magic star, that it's a guide, light, to the Gorusei, because the Gorusei were tremendously ridiculous in what they've done in Egghead, and Imu said, yeah, I could kill them all, but I shouldn't kill them all. That's what we have seen. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send this guy that is a fighter, and he's gonna be able to guide them a little bit, kind of be the leader there, have a head start. Instructions from Imu, most probably, to go forward and basically capture or find the chosen one in the story of the Bethlehem story, Jesus Christ, baby, and in the One Piece story, Luffy. That actually Luffy, it has a lot of similarities with Jesus and everything, and many other messiahs and everything in different cultures, in different religions. Okay, I'm not gonna go into all the religions that is touching, but I always mention this is about as well Nordic mythology, Egyptian stories. I'm talking about in general Japanese culture and Hinduism and everything is connected in One Piece world, and there are references from all the cultures in the world. Okay, so now with all those things, with the Gorusei, with the Garling and everything, we could say, sorry a bit, we could say, who is gonna fight him? Who is gonna fight this guy? Okay, well, with the fiasco in Egghead, I don't see a 5 versus 1 second round again on Luffy. Okay, I truly think this whole God Knights and world government and everything, it's gonna be focusing more in Dragon and Sabo and the Revolutionary. They are gonna deal with all of these things more, especially with the God Knights. And now that this guy came to from the God Knights and everything, he's connecting there both storylines. But at the very end, with the whole frustration of the Gorusei not being able to do anything, fruitful, and Imu herself, I think, needs to start Saturning them all, like Moria did. I think she needs to be absorbing all the energy to strengthen herself. She needs to kill the rest of the Gorusei, including this guy, absorb their power like Moria did at the very last, absorbing all the shadows to become bigger and more powerful, like going into the realm of the fantasy and the gods. So Moria in that story, a lot of foreshadowing with Moria and the shadow fruit there. He absorbed everything and that was around him, and we had this super Moria, super monster Moria. Okay, and I'm finding it foreshadowing for Imu if she happens to be the devil that I'm saying all the time, because she needs to fall into despair. She needs to fall into that, oh, the chosen one, the savior is here, it's cornering me. How can I get stronger? I'm gonna suck back all this energy from these guys that they are failing me, they are good for nothing, I'm not gonna be distributing my power anymore. And it makes sense. It makes sense for me. I think there are a lot of foreshadowing characters for the Imu power, that like we had Miss Valentine and Magpies, and then we had the Pika character in the Flamingo Saga with the fruit that he has, and then we have Avolo Pizarro with the island fruit and everything. There is a lot of fruits, a lot of powers that Oda originally thought, and now later he developed, he improved a little bit, giving them a little bit more of power. Originally they don't change much, so I think this is happening in this case, as I said, with the Moria fruit. And the first and the most beautiful example, I think, it is the Stussy type of transformation that Vegapunk has. Okay, I'm gonna put the Stussy video here because I think what Stussy has is a very distilled, a very weakened version of Imu's power. Let's say a non-awakened power of Imu. Okay, and yeah, this is looking very nice. I love it. We're almost done. Okay, just missing a couple of lines and a couple of things I want to do there on the face, and we are done. So I think Garling may briefly clash with Shanks just for lore's sake, for meeting with the father, if it is actually the father, and for us to know why he was in a chest, or why maybe Garling didn't want him and put him in a chest as well. It can be many options, whatever Oda wants to do there. But it can be interesting to give Shanks a closure, I think, and this. Obviously, how I think he's gonna be killed by Blackbeard, and if I don't put the video up here, I will put it in the show more section, and I think he needs to be killed by Blackbeard, so we need to have a little bit of cry time and feel sorry for Shanks as well, and feel pity a little bit, comparing what the feeling that we had with Germa 66 and the second flashback of Sanji with the father, that we hated Judge and we hated the brothers and everything after seeing all the things that they did to Sanji when he was a kid. So we wanna see, I think we are gonna see something like that as well with Shanks, with a similar background, with similar stories, so we are able to hate this guy so much that we don't want him to actually bother Shanks anymore, or then we understand why Shanks didn't return to the family and stayed being a pirate, or stayed with the Roger, let's say, mentality, and as well why maybe their Shanks sees Roger as a father and not Garling as a father as well. There's a lot of concepts there that I think we need to touch with this concept. It is very important to remember that if Shanks is the man who went to talk with the Gorosei about a certain man, if Shanks is that man who went there to talk, and it is not the twin evil brother, whatever, this guy was there. So this guy was in town, he's living in the Marijoa, he's living there with the other Tenryubitos, and it would have been very interesting. And so that's why I think that the evil brother theory, it may be getting stronger now with all of these things, and we may see that happening and being real. I think it's a fan-made thing, and we all talk about this when we saw what was happening with the scars. Oh, the scar on this side, we can see it, blah blah blah. It can be. I know Oda draws all the characters very similar all the time, so for me, and I always say in all my videos, when I draw a girl, it's like, okay, this is Nami from underwater, Nami from the sky, Nami from this. So Oda has a style, and he draws all the characters very similar. And young Garling, has exactly the same face as Shanks, and you can see, yes, it's because of Oda's style, or he can actually play it nice and be family story there with the whole thing with the characters. Okay, I think I'm gonna just add a little bit more of shadow there to the bottom, and I'm done here. Just as a small recap, we've been just basically going through Garling. It's been a hot topic these days because the 1125 manga episode. We have been told that now he is the new warrior of science, etc, 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 and I love it. I thought, I wanted, and I still want more to see how cruel Imu can be. We need to see the bad guy. How bad can it be? How cruel can it be? And Saturn was the perfect example to be like a guinea pig for us, to showcase this tremendous amount of power. So we see how in just with a thought, Imu was able to decimate, eradicate Saturn's presence remotely, like working from home, okay? And then yeah, Oda needs to do these kind of things, and I think he may kill more Gorosei and more people like this, because we need to see Imu as undefeatable, and Luffy needs to have this Imu presence as a wall that he can't break, undefeatable, okay? So this is the video for today, talking about Garling, talking about resemblance with Imu, Gorosei, theories that we talked before, that they are actually true, confirmed theories in the channel. That's always good news. And as well, we've been basically analyzing a little bit from where Garling comes, all the information that we have about Garling, and kind of all that I have in mind right now about Garling, and yeah, was very enjoyable video this time. Very nice character. I fancy drawing him so much, and I am so looking forward to seeing what he's gonna be doing in the story, because he's a fighter. He's the leader, he's the boss of the gods knights until 1124. That means sword. He's a sword fighter. He's gonna be super strong. So let's sign. Okay, so this is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you enjoyed the theory and the drawing. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, with your nakamas, with your family, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much, see you later, bye!